gonna say hi?
Mm-hmm.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say welcome to Once Upon a Tiny Farm.
I'm walking to the phone.
Say my name's Matthew.
I'm asking Dad.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Once Upon a Tiny Farm. My name's Drew. In today's video, we're going to get back to talking about chickens, which I haven't talked about in a while on this channel. In fact, I haven't been here actively on this channel for a while, and I apologize for that. I'm going to get back to making videos a lot more frequently as my farming and farmers market season is starting to wind down, and I'm almost done. But anyway, today we're going to get to reviewing a product I was sent from Roosties. This is a chicken feeder and waterer set, a little bit larger than ones that I reviewed maybe a month or so ago. And we're gonna see how we could use these in our chicken coop to make the lives of my chickens a little bit easier and nicer. We hatched 2 chickens earlier this year, and they both turned out to be roosters. So I don't think we're gonna keep 2 roosters. I think we're just gonna keep one of them. One of them's a lot louder than the other. That one's a lot louder than the other one, so that one's gonna go. Anyway, I'm gonna open this packaging and put these together and see how they look. So we could do that together. Packaged very nicely, compact. Here's the 1.5 liter waterer and 1.5 liter feeder. Not very big. I have about 15 chickens for some reason. I didn't mean to have that many chickens, but it's chicken math. It's kind of a thing. That happens. You end up getting more than you plan to. Okay, so we've got 2 guys to hang these, which is what I plan to do. What I like already about the feeder is that it comes with a lid. I have another feeder from Tractor Supply that is larger than this feeder, but it doesn't come with a lid. So the fact that this comes with a lid is nice, because when it rains, that really messes up the feed from being able to go down. So that just locks in there. That's easy enough. Nice lid for that. Very nice. Oh, it snaps on. There's 2 holes in the top for this. Let's see how easy we can get these in. 1, 2. So there we have it. Very nice. It's actually pretty deep. I don't know if you could see very good in here, but it actually feels like there's a lot of room in there for the feed to go. There's some like cavities in here where it kind of blocks the feed from going, and it kind of will let it pile up in front of each of these holes, which is kind of clever because a lot of these other feeders don't have like a little thing there. It's all just flat down here. So the feed just rests on the bottom, but I could see how that would be a positive for the feeder. So there we go, we got the feeder there. Alright, waterer looks like very similar to the other waterer that I've reviewed from Roosties. Not sure if this is the same size. Might be a little bit bigger than the one that I reviewed earlier. But I like the handle a lot, so I want to test this out and see if this would work. I'll need to get some kind of rope system together to hold these, suspend them strong enough so it's up off the ground, because that's how I'm planning to try to use these, and I'm pretty sure that's what was intended with the handles. So let's see what we could do. So I've been trying to figure out the best way to review these new feeders and waterers for Roosties, and when I originally got them a few months ago, I actually had a lot of my chickens still in my smaller chicken tractors, and I was going to try to suspend them from the top somehow to have them elevated off the ground, because as they get bigger, these feeders aren't the biggest and they will easily tip over when the birds get bigger, larger. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different and show this. I have this A-frame tractor here that I got off Facebook Marketplace. Somebody locally was selling it that they built, and I actually really like this. Got it for $100. I think it's a good deal because they have some nice pieces of metal roofing on the sides, and I really like the A-frame structure. It just looks very visually appealing to me, and there's a place for them to roost up there. It came with a little door for them to get in there. I have it taken off right now, but what I actually planned for this A-frame tractor is to put my quail in here because it's not very large. I think it's about 5 feet wide and 8 feet long. It's a little bit too tight for a lot of chickens. Maybe like 1 or 2 chickens could fit in a run or a little tractor like this. But my quail are so much smaller. I could fit a ton of quail in here, and I could also put them on, raise them on grass. Right now I have them in the little cage setup that I showed in one of my other previous videos. Maybe I'll put a link to those where I was talking about the quail. But I still have some work to do before I get the quail ready to go in here, because what I want to make sure is that, well, first of all, it's very heavy to move, and I need to add some wheels to this A-frame tractor, which I plan to do in a future video, so stay tuned for that one. But I also want to add some hardware cloth on the bottom of this tractor so that when I move the tractor, the little quail don't either escape or get stuck under the wood as you slowly lift it to move it. Because I've had that happen a few times with my chickens even, and you don't want to hurt them or get their feet pinched or things like that. So I need to do that. But what I'm going to do is try to suspend those feeders from the little roof line in here and have them a few feet off the ground and see how that works. And I'm going to grab 1 or 2 of my chickens and bring them in here and test out the Roosties feeders and water and see how that goes. So let's try to make that happen. Now, the more I think about it, I could really see these feeders, the size of them, both the water and the feeder, being really good size for the quail. Because as I move this thing, I wouldn't want to move something super heavy, you know, filled with water and stuff like that, which would be handy for this being so small, and they're smaller animals, so they don't drink as much as the chicken do. So this would be really handy to have hanging suspended from the A-frame tractor. And also, this is what I was talking about earlier, little clever design in here, these little ridges, so when this is enclosed, it's also good because it's easy to clean. Some of these don't open up like this, so that's just like a nice little touch that, let me figure out how this goes. Yeah, that just locks shut. Nice little touch that Roosties put on this. Also, nice having a lid, because I have another one, a larger feeder that I use for my chickens sometimes when I'm away for a few days. That one didn't come with a lid, and if you're away and it rains and this is just open, everything gets soggy and it just stops moving down to the openings, and it's hard for the chickens to get the food that they need. So nice little touch that Roosties had. I like that. So yeah, I'm gonna find some rope I have laying around in my shed and figure out how to make this work. Alright, I got this water filled up. Gonna get this on here. Not that hard. Lock. Okay. We're good. Filled with water. Not too heavy. Let me get another string of rope up and hang this, and then we'll grab some chickens and see how they like it. You know, one of the reasons I really wanted an A-frame tractor was I thought it would be nice to be able to actually walk into the tractor. But you know what? After walking in there, you can't really walk in there. You can crouch in there, and it's not very comfortable. But anyway, it's easier than the little tractors that I made that you can't walk into at all. So at least there's a door that I could fit through if I really had to do that, as you can see. But yeah, made a rope a little long. I gotta cut that so I can fit the water. Okay, so as you can see,
I've got that waterer suspended right next to the feeder. Water is filled with water. Next, I got to fill up the feeder with food. Obviously, when I put the quail in here, this is going to be too high for the quail. They're not going to be able to reach that. I'll have to lower that a little bit. But for now, this is going to work for my little experiment with the chickens. See how this works. And yeah, I'm going to fill it with food and see what happens.
Get some birds in here. Got one taker here. A little leghorn will be excellent for the smaller space in here. This is my new preferred way to catch the birds. Get out. Get out. I'll get you a friend. In here. Yeah, there you go. Now, of course, what I really want them to do right now is come and try out these feeders, but of course they're not going to do that because I just scared the crap out of them by capturing them in the net and bringing them over here. So I'll have to play the waiting game. I want to be careful. I want to get a good shot, but I don't want to leave the door open here and have them get out. These two white leghorns here, they are almost 3 years old. I guess 2.5 years old. They are the smallest chickens that I have, and two of the most reliable. They had 4 sisters that are no longer with us. Their egg production has gone down slightly, but they are still very, very productive white egg layers. The only reason these two are still here is because they didn't let me catch them when I was doing some butchering a couple weeks ago. But they are still laying white eggs very frequently, so they're still very active egg layers. Hey, your water's right there and your food. I'll give it a try. I'm probably spooking them because I'm really close to them. I'll take a step back and see if they do. Another thing I really like about these white leghorn chickens is they do really well confined to a smaller space, and that's ideal for someone like me that doesn't have a ton of space for the chickens or a big area for the chickens. So if you are someone that just has a very small area in your backyard that you were thinking you would like to add some chickens to, I would start with the white leghorn because they do very well in a confined space, although they also would free range well, I think, as well. But they're very comfortable in the confined space. They are a little flighty and nervous. Sometimes they come off that way, just their temperament from things that I've read. But you can see them. They will forage. If they're out on grass, they're going to eat the grass and the weeds that are growing in from the outside of this tractor. But yeah, they're good chickens, and they're incredible egg layers as well. So, I mean, it's not the most exciting chicken. They're just your old plain old-fashioned white chicken there with laying the white eggs, but guarantee you buy white eggs at the grocery store, they're probably from white leghorns, just probably from a more commercial operation where they might not be outside at all in some of those commercial operations. They're just confined, and that's, I guess, what they've been bred for over many years. But I really enjoy having them, and yeah, they're really good chickens. Still waiting for them to find these feeders and waterers. They haven't touched that yet. They're all interested in what's on the ground and digging. Would really like to see them try to go for the food. Chickens are unreal how they manage to get things dirty. They already managed to kick up dirt into the clean water that I just poured for them, and they still haven't taken a sip from it. So a little frustrated, but I did notice that their heads are definitely above where the food is. They just haven't seen it yet, so.
Tell them.
And the food.
Ate your food, chickens.
And one.
And food.
And the food.
There you go. Somebody's drinking out of the water this morning. I just missed the other one eating out of the food feeder. Seems to be working.
And the food. Come in the.
Well, of course I couldn't get this on film. Oh, you gonna eat? They were eating out of the feeder this morning. Took them a while yesterday to figure out where their food was. But I think it's at a good height for the chickens. And looking in there, they definitely ate a whole bunch of their food. Another thing I like about these white leghorn chickens is that they don't eat a lot of food. So they're kind of an affordable chicken that you can also fit into a small space in your backyard. So just a couple reasons to keep them. There you go. The water is still up off the ground, but they still managed to make it filthy in just less than 24 hours since I put it up. So a little frustrating. I'll have to clean that out. But the food looks pretty clean and doesn't seem to be much food waste on the ground. So that is a good benefit to having the food up off the ground as well. And having the lid there definitely is a bonus. They seem to like it in this little tractor. Where are you going? You guys like the new feeder?
Eat it.
Eat it.
And it. And it. And it.
Hey Maddie, can you say thanks for watching our video?
And video.
See you in the next video.
And
Say see you next time.
And next time.
Thanks for watching.
And watching.
Alright, good job.
One more thing I want to mention about these Roosties feeders. They gave these to me to review, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you would like to purchase these, I am posting a link down in the details below this video. I believe that's to their Amazon store where you could check out some of their products. Like I said, if you're interested in purchasing these feeders and waters from Roosties, click the link down in the details below this video and you can check out their store and see any more products that you might like to purchase. I also saw that they just released a new kind of feeder and water that's a lot larger that I actually might purchase on my own because it looks like something that would solve a lot of problems that I have in my larger run. So definitely check out Roosty's products. I think they do a good job. They're very thoughtful in the way that they design them. So I've purchased enough poorly designed chicken products to recognize a good one when you see it. So yeah, definitely check that out. And that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.